mocking me, aren't you?
Oh, no. Buzz-looking alien! Where?
Welcome to Super Pixels Weekly.
Welcome to Super Pixels Weekly, a podcast about video game news and anything else revolving around video games and the nerd subculture. We are your co-hosts. I'm Donavin.
And I'm William. Our show is available on all major podcast platforms and in video form on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to email in your questions or comments for the show at superpixelsweekly@gmail.com. Also, our individual Twitch and YouTube links are in the description, so hit us up over there as well.
One last thing, you can get some sweet deals on PC games through Instant Gaming. The link is down below in the description if you're listening. If you're a Twitch watcher, the hyperlink is in the About Me section of my Twitch, which we're live on. If you ever want to donate to us or support the podcast in any way, we really appreciate it, obviously. But also what you can do is click the Extra Life link in the description if you're listening, or below me on Twitch. There is an Extra Life stream team we have to help out kids in need through the Children's Healthcare Network, a charity that helps with video games. So do that instead of cutting us a giant paper check, because kids can't wait. That's the fastest intro we've ever done in our lives.
Yep. Short and sweet. That's all we need to do.
Yeah, perfect. I like it. All right, podcast's over.
Yeah, later. See you nerds.
See you fucking nerds. So this is kind of becoming a habit. I guess every year, February, we do 2 back-to-back birthday podcasts because our birthdays are so close.
Yeah. It's my birthday this time.
Yeah, it's William's birthday this Sunday. So we were originally supposed to record because I was supposed to go home to my hometown. And then the Army kind of got in the way of that for a little bit, so at least we get to put the podcast out on time, you know. So that's fun. But everybody wish William a happy birthday, either this Sunday or do it in the Twitch chat, or leave a comment on a YouTube video that we do, or whatever, you know. Give the boy the birthday wishes.
Thank you in advance.
Yeah, I'm not fucking responding to that shit.
For my birthday, I think I want to start some beef with you, Donovan.
Is that right?
You. Yeah, I'm calling you out live on the podcast.
Okay.
So about a week ago, I texted you. And
I'm not even gonna let you finish. I already fucking know what this is about. Go ahead.
Me and Donovan have had an 8-ball pool game going on iMessage since December 26th. I texted him a week ago. I said, "You're really thinking about this turn, dude. Like, what, you're really plotting here." And you still haven't played me back. You're the worst.
Dude, so you're my best friend. I do this to everybody, right? Like I got confronted about this type of shit at work the other day. My buddy was like, "Hey man," because we have a D&D group that we run. And like we were like getting together to do like an online session, like setting everything up like a couple weeks from now. And he texted me, or at first he called me, and like I didn't answer because my phone, like, on Twitch, if you look like at me, like right now where I'm sitting, to my left on the fucking desk is my phone, and it's on silent. My phone's been on silent since fucking 2007. I swear to God.
No, I do the exact same thing. I put my phone on silent immediately as soon as I leave work. I put that on silent.
So he called me, and then I was like, "Fuck, my bad," because when he called me, I was actually helping my daughter like get ready for bed. I was brushing her teeth and stuff. So then I was like, "Oh, my bad, dude. I'll call you back." And then I came down here and started playing video games, and I just did the same thing. Put my phone on the desk, whatever. The next day at work, he was like, "What the fuck, dude?" And I'm like, "What? What's up, man?" He's like, "You weren't gonna call me back?" And I was like, "I am so sorry. Like, I'll do this to like, don't trust me. Like, trust me, because I'm a pretty trustworthy person. But don't trust me in like an emergency situation. 85 to maybe 70% of the time to like pick up the fucking phone, because I don't even know it's ringing, dude. Plus, I've been in the Army for so long, like I'm like deaf as fuck too, so like I won't even know it's ringing when it's on. Like Paige has to slap me sometimes to get up in the morning with my alarm. She's like, "Your alarm's going off," and I was like, "I didn't fucking hear it." Like, I don't know.
I'm the same way. No, I'm just fucking with you. I don't care. I think it's funny that you didn't play me back.
No, we had like 8 fucking games going. We had like an 8-ball game, like a battleship game going.
Yeah, we have a tanks game going right now, and that game
is bullshit.
That game sucks. I hate it.
It's not the tanks I remember from my middle school computer class at all.
No.
Did you check the email? I didn't even check the email. We haven't checked the email in like 6 months. Like, we probably have like 1,000 from Wooly. He's like, "Bro, please."
No, we haven't gotten anything.
Oh yeah, it is linked to your phone, so you'd know.
Yeah, just more like YouTube subscribers and shit. So that's cool.
that's a good email to get. We're actually
thing.
super appreciative of everybody that stops by and watches the VODs or listens or is in Twitch calling us fucking stupid. That's fine too. You're here. I'm getting your eyes either way, baby. Like,
thank you for watching my work. That is the shorts. Those are fun to make. So
yeah, I did actually say that. The shorts are kind of popping off. Plus, like, that seems to be where we're at as a society, that like our attention spans are just into the point where shorts have become are as much as we can grasp when it comes to media. So
yeah,
thanks TikTok.
That's absolutely how it is. People can only you'll look at the short though, and some of them will be like average duration, like watch durations, like 15 seconds. I'm like, damn, you couldn't even stick around for the minute. Like,
they're like, nah, I don't want that shit. I don't need
them.
two quirked up white boys busting it down sexual style, goated with the sauce on my phone. All right.
I don't know what the fuck.
Have you not heard that thing? Like
No.
There's a quirked up white boy in the yard and he's busting it down sexual style. It's like a fucking meme that appeared, but it was like a Simpson. It was like, homie, there's a quirked up white boy in the front yard busting it down sexual style. And then he's like, well, Marge, is he goated with the sauce? Like, I don't know. And it fucking blew. It's so fucking stupid. I hate what I've become. I'm an elder millennial, and I cling to my youth by watching TikToks.
Yeah, I don't know what that is at all. I've never even heard of that.
Maybe my just For You page on TikTok is just all kinds of fuckered up. I don't know. Anyway, we're back. We're a podcast, right? That's what we're doing. We want to go to news.
Video games and video game news.
Nah, nope.
Yeah, let's do it. So good news. For some people, Microsoft is keeping Call of Duty on PlayStation. They finally said it, so we can stop talking about that. This is from Brad Smith, the president of Microsoft. He says, quote, Microsoft will continue to make Call of Duty and other popular Activision Blizzard titles available on PlayStation through the term of any existing agreement with Activision. And we have committed to Sony that we will also make them available on PlayStation beyond the existing agreement and into the future so that Sony fans can continue to enjoy the games they love. So there you go. It's not just Call of Duty. Obviously, the way he worded that, it's like big titles, basically, with existing contracts. So Call of Duty, Overwatch, Diablo.
Yeah, like the big AAA stuff that we kind of expected to stay.
Yeah.
Or hoped that would stay, but now we can expect it to stay. That's good. That's good news.
Yeah, but when it comes to, like, Tony Hawk, Crash Bandicoot, I feel like that shit's going straight to Xbox.
Oh, that's they're going to slap fucking Sony in the face so bad with that. Like Crash 5 or whatever they decide to do, or what is it, 4? It's about About Time, the newest Crash, which I haven't played, which is kind of like, I feel like blasphemy for my familial genes, you know, but
I haven't played that, and I haven't played the Crash Team Racing remake. I'm a piece of shit. Like,
I haven't either, which is insane to me because CTR was like fucking, that was my entire, I don't know, what would you call it, personality, really, in like elementary school.
Yeah, no, I loved CTR. That's just so fun. I still have the PS1 disc of CTR. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I don't have a PS1, but
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in my mom's attic or something. You can put it in a PS3. I can send you a PS3 on my shelf right here. Yep.
I have PS3 games too for some reason, but I've never had a PS3. So.
That's, well, now I need to get you one so you can play Metal Gear Solid 4 and then have never played any of the Metal Gears before. Just jump right in.
I don't think I'm ready to take on that task.
No, the last cutscene of Metal Gear Solid 4 is like 2 hours long, so I wouldn't, with what we just said about how our attention spans are short, I wouldn't even try it. Like, it's not worth it.
But yeah, this is just good confirmation for PlayStation players. You know, I think a lot of Call of Duty fans were definitely worried for a second. But this definitely puts some people at ease. And also today, they announced the next Call of Duty is Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2, which Tom Henderson said a while ago. I'm just saying, but
I don't care about Warzone 2. All I care about is my Task Force 141 boys. I get to see Price again. That's all I give a shit about.
Are you gonna actually get that game?
Absolutely. What? Of course.
I don't know, dude.
The first thing I did when Modern Warfare 1, or the remake, Modern Warfare's remake came out, I jumped, one, because it was installing, so I had really no choice, but two, I jumped directly into the fucking campaign, and I sat there, I didn't touch multiplayer until I was done with it, because it was that good of a fucking story. I loved it that much.
That's so funny, because I'm the opposite. I never touched campaign, and I only played multiplayer.
Not even you didn't get to see Captain Price?
No,
oh my god.
I know.
I don't even know you anymore, dude.
I know. The mission where you go through the house in night and you just raid those.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks so cool. I already know. I would love it.
It was so good. That was I replayed that shit like 9 times. Like, I don't give a fuck. It was my favorite mission because there's like 3 achievements that you get in it or whatever, or 3 trophies, whatever you want to call it. For like, I guess they're achievements on Microsoft now, whatever. Like there was one, it was called like wall hacks or whatever, because there's a point when you're clearing the building up the stairs. One of the like terrorists pops out of a room and like shoots one of the guys, and you can't avoid it unless you play it again, and you just come up the stairs and just blast into the fucking room, and they're like, "What are you doing?" And then like they open the door, they're like, "Oh man, good call." Like,
yeah, no, that mission always looked cool to me, and I just never played it because I couldn't stop playing the fucking 2v2 game mode.
Gun game, I think.
No. I don't know what it's called.
I know what you're talking about. You spawn with a random loadout every time. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking love that shit too. Oh my god.
That shit was so good. That was my favorite thing about that whole game. That and then Search and Destroy, obviously.
Yeah, we rock some kids in Search. I don't give a fuck.
Dude,
that fucking kitted out MP5 with a silencer, dog, I'm done. That's it. Game over.
Fucking Luis in Search and Destroy, that man is absolutely
Gunfight. Thanks, Twitch chat. Gunfight was the name of the game mode.
Good looks. Appreciate it. Yeah, Gunfight is amazing. And then they did 3v3 Gunfight. That shit was cool too.
Shit was fucking poggers, as the children say.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get the new Modern Warfare. Not gonna touch Warzone. Definitely not.
No, my hard drive can't take it. Like, there's no way.
My fucking mental capacity can't take it.
Because like they don't. So Activision, I think, and this was kind of talked about, I don't even think we talked about it really on the podcast, but it was just like general news, I guess. I guess Activision cracked down super hard on the hackers, which is good, finally, after like 3 years.
Yeah.
But they what the fuck was that? I swear to God, this house is haunted. They cracked down on the hackers where, like, if they found out you were hacking, they would edit the bullet DPS. So if they knew like you were a confirmed hacker, they would just make that your bullets did no damage. So like all you were doing was just existing in a lobby, and if you happened to outlast, you won, but you didn't do anything. But I mean, which isn't really an insult to the hackers. They're just like, okay, I'll go hide somewhere for 30 minutes and win the game.
That's stupid.
Yeah, like if they're hacking and they're confirmed, just fucking ban them. Like, what are you doing? Fucking crucify them. Set an example. Like,
well, speaking of hacking, I didn't put this in the doc, but there's a news story that went out yesterday, I think, about this guy named, I think it's either Jerry or Gary Bowser, and he was like making pirated switches, like a bunch of pirated switches. There was like a whole group of them, I guess. And Nintendo said he's been sentenced to 40 months in jail, which is like a very specific thing to say.
That is a very obscure amount of time, but okay, yeah.
It's just really funny that his last name is Bowser, and he's like the bad guy.
Here we go!
He's like pirating all these Switch games and all these Switches.
So that's funny, because I actually got... Stop listening to me, you fucking phone. I got an ad, like, I was just doing the boomer thing and perusing Facebook, as I do. And there was an ad for like a like kind of like a jailbroken style Switch, but it wasn't a Switch, but it was like you could play Switch games on it, but also like anything from like a PlayStation 1 game or like Dreamcast games up to like PS3 games. Which like on it was a Switch style body, but it wasn't a Switch, but it was the same equipment. It was
Oh,
weird.
wow.
It was definitely something that like was probably illegal to sell, but people like somehow and the ad got through, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, I guess. But then I thought about it, I was like, wait a minute, that's probably not legal. Like,
No, that's crazy. I don't know nothing about the counterfeit Switch market. I didn't even know that was a thing. I don't know how to do all that fancy, like cracking stuff and all that shit. Nor do I want to, because that's highly illegal.
yeah, that's probably against the terms and conditions of the agreements that you sign when you first launch these pieces of equipment.
Yeah, no, maybe a little bit. Well, now that we're talking about Nintendo, you want to run into this direct?
I do, yeah.
All right. So the way I did this, I didn't take everything from the direct because there was a lot of fluff in there, stuff that wasn't as impactful and shit that I don't like. I'll watch it and I don't even understand what the fuck I'm watching. But those games are out there for someone. Yeah. A surprise Nintendo Direct happened. This is going from, I think, the end of the show back. So like the hype is shit and then down.
Okay, like so from popularity contest to like, hey, this was here, and you're like, all right, cool, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So the biggest thing or the closing thing was Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which I know nothing about, but I know a lot of people like it, so that was announced for people.
Yeah, it's super big.
Yeah,
people are super hype about it.
It's definitely not my thing. I don't know if you've ever played.
I played like 20 minutes of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, or like the Xenoblade game that I want to say was on Switch back in the day. I know that one of the main characters, like Shulk, one of the characters from Xenoblade, is like a Smash character, so it's definitely a big deal in Japan. But yeah, people fucking love it. I probably should get. I really do like JRPGs, so I should probably get into it.
Yeah, no, it looks like something you'd probably get into, honestly. But moving into something we could definitely talk about. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is finally getting DLC, which is ridiculous.
Wow, it's only been like 75 years.
We're not getting a Mario Kart 9.
Nah, why would we?
Yeah. The DLC is called the Booster Course Pass. It includes 48 tracks from previous games in the franchise and will release in 6 waves. The first one is coming in March, and the final one is coming in the end of 2023. The DLC will cost $25, but it comes at no additional cost if you own a paid Nintendo Switch Online and Expansion Pack membership.
Okay, so that's where they got you, because I have Nintendo Online, of course, but
yeah,
I didn't opt for like the extra $20 a month or whatever it was to get the N64 shit and then the Animal Crossing DLC. Like, I have the DLC for Animal Crossing, but I didn't do the jump up because I was like, nah, it's not really worth it. But now, like, I feel like that's where they're going.
Yeah.
You know?
No, this is definitely adding value to that, like, pack membership or whatever they call it. Especially like with the Nintendo 64 games. I mean, that's already a huge thing.
I think they're using it as kind of a I don't want to say incentive, but I guess it's incentive. You're paying it forward almost, where like you're not paying for the season passes or whatever of upcoming releases. You're getting them included in the monthly thing, which I think is actually kind of cool. Like, I haven't done it yet, but like when you break it down and think about it, paying $20, not $20 a month, but like the extra $20 a yearly thing, because that's what Nintendo Online is, or at least what I pay. It kind of makes sense because you're paying $20 extra a year for any new releases or any releases that come out with those season pass style DLCs or whatever. You're getting those. I would imagine that's their business model. So that's kind of cool, I guess. It makes sense. They're kind of saving some costs there instead of you paying $20 a pop for every DLC. So,
well, the DLC is $25 for all 48 tracks. So you get, yeah. That a lot of people were confused. They were like, "Oh, you're making us pay $25 every time you release maps, in 6 waves or whatever." So you get all 48 maps over the course of March to the end of 2023 for $25. So you can just pay one flat fee of $25, and you'll get them throughout the years. Or you just get,
or you pony up, every $25 or whatever every time.
Yeah, pay for the membership, and get these new courses as they come out, and also play fucking Nintendo 64 at the same time.
Yeah.
So, the Nintendo 64 stuff's really cool. I just don't play my Switch enough to even fucking pay for Switch online. So, I don't.
Well, shit, dog. How we gonna play Mario Party?
Well, funny enough, this whole deck I was looking for was more old boards from Mario Party.
Yeah, and we didn't get it. That was one thing that I saw that people were like upset about, which I too am upset about, because I loved all of the maps from the older Mario Party games. Like, all I fucking want, dude, just give me that cowboy fucking map from Mario Party 2.
Exactly. I want that same exact map too. That's what I'm saying. They have the mini game. The mini games are good. They're down. There's 100 fucking mini games. I just need more maps. Like, give me some more boards. Like,
So I think it was, I want to say a month ago, I played Mario Party Superstars or All Stars, whatever it is. I think it's Superstars. With my sister and her husband, and I think I said it maybe a cast or two ago, but we it was just the three of us because I was playing it on Twitch with them, and we were like, okay, we'll put a bot in, but we're like, okay, we're not gonna get fucking stomped by the AI. We got fucking absolutely annihilated by a fucking computer on hard, and I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, is this like, am I losing it? Am I losing my touch? And then it devolved actually, which I talked about, I want to say last cast, or maybe also 2 casts ago, when I went home to Altoona for my family thing. We were all playing Mario Party, just as a family, like me, Savannah, her husband Jay, and our sister Eden, and we were just like fucking shitting on Eden the entire time, and then she ended up coming back and winning the fucking game. So we were like, wow, that's cool. Like just changes like that. Snap.
That's how it goes, dude.
It's the way it is.
Crystal's family came over the past weekend, and there was a couple games of Mario Party going down with the whole family. That shit gets, dude, her dad gets so into that shit. It's so funny to see. He's super competitive in Mario Party. I love it.
Dame pinche fucking star! Like,
basically, yeah. But yeah, moving on from Mario Kart 8. That's real quick. That's cool.
I don't want to interrupt you real quick. I am going to go to the bathroom real quick, so keep talking. Do your thing. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. Where was I at? Oh, yeah. No, the tracks are cool. I want Double Dash stuff because that's really my touchstone for Mario Kart for the most part. I don't know. I just played the shit out of Double Dash. Played a little bit of, like Mario Kart 64. But other than that, I didn't play... Like, I struggle to remember any of the other Mario Karts. And I'm like, how the fuck do we have 8 of them? Because I only remember Double Dash. But I'm just a fake Nintendo fan, I guess. After that, though, they showed off 2 Point Campus, which is not a new announcement. I just am excited for that game because it looks cool and it's just some nerdy shit that I want to play. I want to build a campus. And that game has fun humor. So, I can't wait for that. Donovan, I don't know if you want to play that. Not sure if that would be your thing, but you can't tell me because you're in the bathroom, so it's a shame. Guess we'll never know. After that, Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings is out now on Switch Online. I have no affinity for Earthbound, but I was watching the gameplay they put in the Direct, and it looked really cool. I've never played Earthbound. I've heard of Earthbound, never really looked into what Earthbound is, but I really like the style of it. It looks really fun. So I don't know. Maybe I'll play it one day. Probably.
What the fuck were you talking about? I heard my name. I'm sorry.
Okay. Did you not listen to anything?
I was trying to, yeah.
Trying to?
Yeah, so no.
What happened there?
I had my headset like up like this, so it was kind of muffled. I'm sorry.
I said a lot. I said I want Mario Kart Double Dash stuff.
Yeah, I heard that.
And then
Samesies.
Looks awesome.
Oh yeah, I played 2 Point Hospital. 2 Point Campus looks pretty fucking rad.
Yeah, 2 Point Hospital was really fun. Yeah. I enjoyed it. And then Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings is out now on Switch Online. So
that I did hear. Earthbound is where Ness and all those characters are from in Smash. I'm glad they changed it though, because well, I don't think they changed it really, but I'm glad people are playing it now that we're adults, because Earthbound was actually kind of a pretty disturbing game for kids, at least on the Super Nintendo, because the final boss was like, for lack of a better term, like a fetus, as weird as that sounds.
Okay.
Yeah, so like it was pretty weird, and the dialogue was out there and obscure, but it's definitely like a cornerstone of Nintendo's catalog, honestly. Because where the fuck Ness comes from, and you get that old fucking PK Fire.
Sounds like Hideo Kojima made it. It's just talking about.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, me and Crystal were watching the direct
Yeah.
together, and I was watching the Earthbound thing. I was like, I don't know what this game is, and she was like, this is what Ness is from, and I was like, oh, I don't know shit. So, yeah, no, it looks fun. It's out now if anyone wants to play it. I think it's on the, like with the Switch Online membership, the NES fucking, games.
So if you have NES stuff, yeah, you can. Yep. There it
Well,
is.
if you have Nintendo Switch Online, you have
Yeah,
the
that's what I'm saying. You get the NES catalog or whatever.
Yeah. And then moving on, Metroid Dread got a free update. They added Rookie Mode, which is baby mode for people like me, and then Dread Mode, which is punishing as fuck for people like you.
Metroid Dark Souls.
Yeah.
I have not played Metroid Dread yet, and I really want to, because I grew up with the original Metroid, and like I was one of the kids that figured out, like, after I like beat it as a child, I was like, holy shit, Samus is a girl. Like,
Right. Yeah. I've played Metroid like here and there, but I've never like sat down and like really committed to playing.
giving her a once over, like.
Yeah. And again, like with a lot of these Nintendo games, like they look fun, but they're so out of my wheelhouse that
Yeah.
I'm always scared to drop $60 on them and then not play it. Like I would love to play Metroid Dread. I just don't know. I don't want to spend the money and then not play the game.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I could feel you. So if you have Nintendo Switch Online, though, I don't know if Metroid's on there, the original. I don't think so.
Well, I bought
Just go to your local pawn shop, pick up Super Nintendo for like $20. Like,
well, 2.5 years ago or so, when we first got we bought that GameCube, and
yeah.
I was on the marketplace and I bought, the fuck did I buy? I bought a Mario Party game from a guy, I think, on Facebook Marketplace, and he took a long time to ship it, so he was like, I added in an extra game in there for you.
Oh,
and
what a guy.
Yeah, I know. It was Metroid Prime. So I have that on GameCube.
I think Metroid Prime, let me double check real quick, was the first one that was in like first person, right?
Oh, really? It's first person?
Yeah, well, it's weird because, yeah, Metroid Prime is in first person. It's like a first person shooter where you're Samus and you have like the little handgun thingy, or well, I guess arm cannon.
Oh, you really got me interested now.
No, it's fucking sick, because people were originally mad about it because they were like, this isn't fucking Metroid, and then they played it and they were like, yeah, this shit kind of slaps. So
what it's like Doom but Metroid.
Honestly, that's the fucking perfect description of it. Let me find if I can copy an image and put it in Skype.
Update. This one is watermelon cucumber.
Ooh, watermelon.
Yeah.
Chat. Let me see if I can. I can. Oh, I can. Hang on. There we go. Yeah. So can you see that on Skype? That's kind of like what I mean. It's GameCube, so it's depreciated, obviously. But
oh yeah. That looks really cool. I didn't know that's what that was like.
Yeah, it reminded a lot of people because around the same time, I want to say, and I'm probably really fucking wrong. It's a lot like Republic Commando.
Oh, okay. That's a sick ass game.
Yeah, dude, they need to fucking remake that. EA, get your shit together.
Don't start on EA. By the way,
Yeah.
there was a lot of Battlefield news this week. And I was like, not.
Dude, we gotta dial her back. We gotta reel her back in. We can't. We're about to be on EA's like watch list with all the fucking like the shorts, the TikToks that I post, the shorts you post, and all the shit of just us shitting on EA. Like they're gonna be like, I mean, we're probably not the only ones. So I mean, I guess we're kind of well hidden, like.
we're definitely not the only ones, but like we're so insignificant that I think we just are no holds barred. Like we
Yeah,
just
like if we were bigger, we'd probably have a little bit more of a filter, obviously.
yeah, but we're consumers just like everyone else. We don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
so.
we're that blue collar gamer, brother.
We're yinzers for the gaming
Oh,
community.
yins guys want to get shit on EA. Why do you make me do this? Why do you bring it out?
I love it. I love it so much. I was gonna say
Back to
something.
Direct, yeah.
Well, I was gonna say something else, but I don't remember.
Metroid, Dread, Rookie Mode, Sicko Mode. I mean, Dread Mode. Sicko Mode.
Metroid Dread adds sicko mode.
Travis Scott's the enemy, the final boss. He just tramples you. People died. That's terrible. I'm sorry.
God damn. Okay. Okay, the next game. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Wii Sports, but
Yeah.
Switch Sports actually.
Nintendo Switch Sports is announced. This is my hypest announcement of this whole direct. This shit looks awesome.
I did see this. You have no fucking idea how psyched I am to just yeet my Joy-Cons across the room playing golf or
You dare?
boxing.
I lost those straps and I'm not gonna be using them.
No, I'm not looking for them.
No, yeah, I can't wait to play this. I'm definitely getting this. Me and Crystal are gonna get super heated in the living room. You already know. It's gonna get
Bitch,
wild.
how was that a strike? Like,
They're adding golf too, which looks pretty cool. And then did you watch this whole presentation?
no, actually, I only saw tidbits or like highlights of what other news sources put out. So like, I was like, oh fuck yeah, Wii Sports or Swii Sports, I guess.
So Nintendo was being very Nintendo, of course, and they were like, we're adding soccer, and if you get the Joy-Con strap, you can strap it onto your thigh and kick with your leg.
I do not, for a single second, trust myself to strap a Joy-Con to my leg, because you know what's going to be the fucking ball? That Joy-Con. You know where it's going to go? Directly through a fucking window.
Yeah, or like you're gonna fucking...
I'm going to fucking bean my fucking daughter in the head or some shit. Like,
Yeah, like you're just in your living room playing a heated soccer match, just kicking all over the place.
yeah, my daughter walks by, Dad, woof, right in the fucking face. Like, oh, I'm sorry, honey. Daddy's playing soccer. Knock her ass out. She's bodied on the floor.
It's Nintendo, man. You don't have to play the soccer like that, but there is an
Well, I
option.
have to because they gave me the option, so now I have to go big or go home, you know?
It's like this strap thing that goes around your thigh, and then the Joy-Con like goes into like the little pocket.
Oh, okay, so it's like the I mean, Nintendo's notorious for that when it comes to like any of their motion games. Like I forget the one they just came out with on Switch not too long ago. It was like the Wii or the Switch Fit or whatever, where like you have the ring and you're fucking like running or whatever the fuck it is, and you like have to hold it. Or, I forget what it's called, but like they always have that. I don't want to call it gimmicky because like it's motion controls have kind of always been Nintendo's thing. But like it's almost always expected whenever they come out with a new like motion title that like you're gonna have to pony up for like the game plus whatever controller it comes with, because that was like a big thing with Wii, like any Wii game in general. Like I remember they made Call of Duties like Zombies or whatever, like a zombie title for Wii, and you had like the fucking like the Wii gun or whatever you had to hold.
Yeah, I heard that was really bad too.
Hey, I was a fucking 12-year-old holding the gun, bro. God bless America.
It is cool though. It's innovative. They're always innovative. That game is Ring Fit Adventure, by the way.
That is the name of that. Yes.
Yeah. I always wanted to. It looks really cool. A lot of people said it's a good workout. So.
Well, yeah, I said the same thing about. Well, I haven't played that, but like another example would be like Beat Saber. Like I was like, whatever, and then like I put it on. I was like, ooh, like.
Beat Saber is really fun. I've only played like one song on it because I don't have a VR headset. But it's
I feel so bad about the neglect. This poor guy right here. This VR headset on my console shelf right next to me on my desk gets.
You need me to fucking take care of it for a little bit?
No, I'll come down with you. I'll come down and play with you. Well, I was actually planning on eventually doing some sort of like, because a lot of the games I own on Steam are VR compatible, and like, maybe it's just because I'm old now or like getting older. I'm like, I get motion sick with it. Like, I can stay in a VR headset for a couple of hours, like playing a game. Or Beat Saber is fine because I'm moving, but like a couple of the titles like that I've played, because I have a Quest like 1, and I can link it up with my PC to make it like a Rift. So I can play like Steam VR games, and it kind of works as like an HTC Vive or like a Oculus Rift. A lot of those games like fucking fuck me up, like Pavlov, like the CS:GO that's VR. Like, it fucks me up because I'm like, just, like when I'm running and shit, like, ah.
Yeah, I think I told this on the podcast when I played No Man's Sky in VR.
Oh, that No Man's Sky in VR is the fucking worst, dude.
Man, I was hungover too.
We are not as a species prepared for space travel, if that's what it's like, dude.
No, I was hungover, and I was playing my friend's VR, and I was playing No Man's Sky, and it made me super sick.
Yeah,
but it looked really cool.
But I'd be like, oh, this is so cool, that like.
Yeah. No, it was cool. I
really wanted to pick up Resident Evil 4 because they made a VR variant of that, and I feel like that'd be right up my alley.
Wasn't it Resident Evil 7 VR too?
It was. I ain't doing that. You're high. I ain't doing that.
Man, I never even played that full game.
You need to. I mean, it's so separate from the entire RE lore that like you're not gonna be like, who's this character? Because they're gonna make it abundantly clear. Like,
no, that game, like, they went a completely different direction with that game. Even 8, like 8 is still kind of out there, but kind of goofy at the same time.
Yeah, when you got Ethan Winters, I'm gonna fucking turn you into a metal fucking cock statue. Like, yeah, like that. It's goofy. Plus, like, werewolves was kind of a weird turn, but I fucking played the fuck out of 8. I'll do it again. I don't give a fuck.
It's so funny. Like, I've never gotten into a Resident Evil game, but 8 was. I enjoyed 8 a lot. I didn't even play it. I just watched it on YouTube.
8 was the one, man.
I really enjoy that game, and it makes me want to play 7. Like, actually play it myself.
It's a good game. Like, it is probably one of the most open but also linear Resident Evil game, because that's kind of one of the Resident Evil's, again, I don't want to use the word gimmick, but one of like Resident Evil's mechanics is like, hey man, you got a map, figure it out, bro. Like, and if you're like, I don't know where to go, you just, oh, I haven't been in this room yet, and then you're like, okay, this is where I needed to go. Like, exploration's like a big thing with their game mechanics, but also the fact that like there's always impending like danger, because like zombies and shit will respawn. Like, that was a big thing in the remake of Resident Evil 1. It came out on PlayStation 4, I guess, or like, I guess they released it on PS4. That's when I played it, but like it was out for a while. I tried to do a Halloween episode when we used to do World's Okayest Gamers together. I'm trying to upload videos. But like you could, as Chris, like the character selection actually made a difference. Like, if you were Jill, you spawned with a lockpick, so you could open up like the drawers to get like extra ammo and shit. But as Chris, you spawn with a lighter, so you could burn bodies so they didn't respawn. So you would have like safer zones to go in. So it's pretty cool. But we went off on a fucking huge tangent.
Yeah, no, I feel like me as a video gamer, like, not playing a single Resident Evil is like, damn, like, come on. It's because
it is a tiny bit blasphemous, but it's okay.
It's because I played RE4 one time and I did not like it, and I was like, I don't like this whole entire franchise.
That in itself is a controversial take, because Resident Evil 4, I'm pretty sure you know, is like one of the most critically acclaimed Resident Evil games because of how it changed.
That makes me think maybe it wasn't 4. I don't know. It had tank controls, and I hated it. That's what I.
So yeah, it's critically acclaimed because it was different from the other ones. Because all the older Resident Evils had fixed cameras, where you'd be like, "Oh no, where is the hallway?" And you would walk down a hallway, right? Because that was like really big with a lot of PlayStation games in general, like PS1. And people were like, "Oh my god, I get to be over-the-shoulder Leon," which was, cool. But like, they did have tank track controls for Leon, where you'd be like, "Oh, I walked too far. Let me walk backwards real quick and then turn." Like, so I can understand that. That's fair. But I was just blinded as a fanboy, like, "Oh my god, Leon! I have a laser sight now."
Yeah.
But
no,
I feel like everybody else did too, honestly.
You were like me, but how I am with Battlefield now.
Yeah, that's probably fair. That's a fair assessment. Just give him a chance; it'll be fine. Like,
yeah, every time they make a game, this is the game. This is it.
It's like, as a Pittsburgh sports fan, it's like me with the Pirates, where I'm like, this is the year, bro. We got it.
Dude,
we got it down pat.
Are you kidding me? Me as a Packers fan, every time we go to fucking championship every year,
you get to the playoffs. This is the year, baby.
I literally said that this year. I was like, this is the year.
and then it's something obscure like, what is it? The Bengals and the fucking, I don't even know. The Rams.
Fucking,
yeah, I don't even care about the Super Bowl. I'm probably gonna watch it for the commercials. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't give a hot shit about it.
I want to watch the halftime show, but that's
that too. Yeah, that's a thing.
Got to see his Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Kendrick Lamar. That shit is gonna be insane.
Eminem, and I think Mary J. Blige too. Like, it's all the old heads from back in the day.
So
I saw a couple memes there about that being like me fucking punching my kids when Dr. Dre comes on TV because I'm like, you don't know shit about Dre, bitch. Like,
oh, holy shit! How the fuck are we talking about the Super Bowl right now?
Yep. Anyway, back to the Nintendo Direct. Portal Companion Collection coming to Switch. What do mean? What is?
Portal Companion Collection is Portal 1 and 2 in a collection. Coming to Switch.
Why wouldn't they just call it the Portal Collection? What is the companion? I guess the companion cube is like the thing, like the little heart cube. But
companion, and then Portal 2 is multiplayer, right?
Yeah. Which was groundbreaking at the time, because like, holy shit, we both have portal guns.
I want to get this because I want Crystal to play these games because they're like iconic.
Has she never played Portal?
No, she's never played Portal.
Wow, that is a coming of age tale if I ever heard one.
Well, she didn't, like, she played games growing up, but she wasn't like a super gamer. Fucking.
Now look at her, you know.
She wasn't a nerd like us.
Dumping fucking 99 plus hours into a Fallout 4 settlement.
But yeah, no, now, dude, she just beat Valhalla. She's pushing like 200 hours in that game.
That makes me physically ill, and I love it. That's fine.
It's crazy.
That's me with Fallout 4 when it came to like I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I should start the story now, like, or like The Witcher.
Right.
Like, I have yet to finish The Witcher completely, and I have across PlayStation 4 and like Steam, I'd say a good 420 hours, and that's not even me being like, haha, nice. Like, there's so many things that I did in The Witcher just to play it. Be like, I love this game.
Well, the next game she said she's gonna play is The Outer Worlds, so I'll keep you updated on that. Is it Worlds or Wilds? Which one is the one It's Worlds. Worlds is the one. If you're talking, I can't hear you, by the way.
Whoops. Yep. That was my bad. I just looked down. Yeah, Outer Worlds is the one made by Obsidian that made New Vegas.
The one that you bought.
Yes.
And sent it. Yeah.
That was my. I don't know if you heard that too, where I was like, oh, I wonder where that came from.
Oh no, I didn't hear anything.
Yeah,
like, okay, weird.
Whoops.
All right. Yeah, no, she says she's probably gonna start that next. Anyway.
I love that game, and I know that she will too, because I know she gets super invested in like the NPCs and the companions.
Yeah.
That's definitely the game that she should probably play. And then after that, she should probably play the Mass Effect trilogy, because it's out there.
Yeah, it's on Game Pass. I want to get her into that too.
You're not going to see her for 7 months. Like, honestly.
Probably.
And then she's going to come to you and be like, what the fuck was that ending?
Dude, that's how she is with Valhalla. I know how Valhalla ends, and she's like, what the fuck?
You didn't say anything? Like,
well, no, she told me how it ends. Like, I'm saying, I know
I have yet to finish Valhalla. That's wild to me. That's like, I started Valhalla when we were like first starting the podcast. Like, that was episode 10, I think.
Yeah, no, I started it fucking a long time, like last March or something like that. Like, dropped out of it after 40 hours because it was just too much.
It's the burden of being a video game journalist, man. We got to keep up with the times. We can't get too focused on video games we like.
Fucking, someone's gonna cancel us for saying we're video games journalists.
Oh, you gonna ask for my credentials? How about the podcast under my belt, bitch?
They're gonna be like, "You've never written an article in your life."
Yeah, but I'm a fuck you.
Okay, we're still
Kirby.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Marshmallow Man. Kirby in the Forgotten Land is coming out soon. That's about
Yeah.
really, yeah. That's kind of it.
They showed a trailer of Kirby zucking up everything in the world, and he he zucks up an entire car.
Yeah, I really enjoy how that became a meme.
The meme is now Karby, and I love it.
Karby, yeah. I did actually. So I actually probably saw a lot more of Nintendo Direct than I let on.
Yeah, probably. I love Karby. That game looks really cool.
I have always been a big Kirby fan. From across the board, like running back to like the days when I was like 5 or 6, meeting up with a buddy of mine, Jake, that I grew up with. When I came back to Pennsylvania, I met up with him and stuff. But like just remembering the memories of Super Nintendo Kirby. It was like the Kirby collection, and it was like Kirby Superstars or Kirby, dude, can't remember. But it was the Kirby game where they introduced Meta Knight as the bad guy, and like I remember me, my buddy Jake, his cousin Jonathan, was like fucking staying awake for like an entire night. And I'm like 8 or 9 at this point. You know, this is like when I want to say GTA 3 came out on PlayStation 2, and we were like, "Fuck that shit, we're playing Kirby." Kirby's always been one of my favorites. Also, coincidentally, my sister's main on Smash, and every time she plays it, I want to fucking punch her in the mouth. So,
yeah, Crystal's really good with Kirby on Smash. So, yep, all the time, just zucking everything.
Just gotta give her the old Mark Zucker up.
Kirby just always swallowing everything.
Gotta be zucking.
I'm like, Kirby, fuck off.
You don't even want my fucking B move. It's nothing. Get off me.
Next thing, Assassin's Creed Ezio Collection is coming to Switch. That February 17th.
That's pretty fucking sick, actually.
Yeah.
I like how that's 2 bullet points now that I'm looking at the talk.
I don't know why it ended up. Yeah, this is, if you haven't played the Ezio Collection of Assassin's Creed, I mean, those are like must plays.
They are indeed must plays.
Yeah.
They are must crusts of the Ezio Collection because it's when we started to actually focus from. Well, actually, we didn't really start to focus because Assassin's Creed 1 came out. You were Altair, and then Assassin's Creed 2. You were like, oh, cool, different guy. And then like Assassin's Creed 3, Brotherhood, and you were like, oh, cool, same guy. And it created this whole like, but the Ezio Collection is like one of the biggest like keystones of the entire Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know, mythos. I don't know what you want to call it, like story, overarching story, because it ties in Altair and then also like the weird, I guess, otherworldly existence that is subtitled in the Assassin's Creed games, like with Juno and the old gods, or I don't even really know how to explain it anymore. I kind of fell off after like Assassin's Creed 3. Like I'm gonna be honest with you.
Something about pieces of Apple of Eden and
like the civilization that came before us, the pieces of Eden that unlocked the old fucking alien technology. Either way, I just played the Assassin's Creed games to be like, hi-ya, from a fucking haystack and be like, I'm fucking sneaky as shit, bitch. So,
yeah.
But if you like those stories, yes, the Ezio Collection is coming to Switch on February 17th, which is in 6 days from this recording. So pick it up if you haven't played it. Pretty cool.
For real, no, Ezio is like the pinnacle of the franchise. He's like that boy of Assassin's Creed.
He is that boy.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the Assassin's Creed Revelations trailer at E3, like, at this point, like, 15 years ago, I want to say. And they're, like, about to hang him. He does some fucking sweet shit and, like, cuts the rope. And then, like, yeah, no, they really hyped up Ezio.
I loved Revelations.
I did, too. A lot of people didn't, which is surprising to me.
I know.
Because, I don't know.
Loving Revelations is not a popular opinion.
Yeah, that is a fucking hot take, apparently. But it was they introduced so many more core mechanics to the game, which I don't like. Whatever story developments you don't like about the game, I guess okay, I guess take those to your grave. But like when they introduce new mechanics to a game, I love that always because you're changing just the way the game's played. So like for like being Ezio in like Constantinople, and he had the hook shot, and you could like hook on to shit and like slide down the ropes and shit. Like that was fucking sick as shit. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, exactly. And what makes me mad is when people are like, "Oh, that game had the tower defense bullshit." I loved that shit. The tower defense was awesome.
But it wasn't entirely necessary to the story. Like maybe once or twice to introduce the mechanic, but you didn't have to 100% the game. If you're mad about having to give the extra effort to 100% a game, why are you trying to do that in the first place? Because that's all that 100%ing a game is you milk that motherfucker for everything that it's worth. So like me with Death Stranding, I have yet to here he goes, Donovan's fucking Hideo Kojima corner. I have yet to 100% Death Stranding, and this is just me being lazy, but the last like 3 achievements or Steam achievements I'm missing is like complete X many 5-star deliveries, which I could do if I booted it up right now. I don't feel like it, but I'm not complaining about that, you know, because that was my whole goal at the end of the day, was to 100% it, because it is, at the end of all things, one of my favorite games, and I will fucking die on that hill, as I say every time I bring up Death Stranding.
Yeah. I mean, fucking God of War 2018 and Red Dead Redemption 2 are like my 2 favorite games ever, and I didn't want 100% either of those. They're too big.
To be fair, that's a fucking grave undertaking, man. Like
Red Dead 2 especially. You think I'm gonna go hunt all those animals?
Yeah,
No.
I'm gonna find like some fucking albino albatross in the fucking snow, or you're out of your mind.
I have a friend that like when Red Dead 2 came out, we both kind of played it at the same time, and we worked together, so we were like talking about it all the time together. And
was it like Justin?
No, my friend Rob. Justin just plays fucking Apex all the time. That's all he plays.
Lame.
But yeah, me and Rob, we would talk about Red Dead all the time, and he got super into the hunting. And I'm like, hey man, you do you, not for me.
Well, that's how I really appreciate the Red Dead hunting. It's so in depth, but like, I didn't really get into it in the story unless I needed shit for the story. You know, like, oh, Arthur, we're missing some fucking deer. I'm like, all right, Dutch, you know. But I really got into the hunting when I started playing Red Dead Online recently on PC, because like that's realistically one of the only ways you can make money. With like same with like GTA 5, like heists and shit. Like hunting was like the main source of income, you know.
Can't you sell moonshine?
Yes, that is a thing, but you have to pay gold to unlock the career field to do that. So like, you got to start doing story missions to get gold. Do that, but anyway, like Red Dead, can't complain. Love it.
Incredible masterpiece.
Fucking perfection. Mwah.
It's a fucking masterpiece.
There we go, on a tangent again.
Yeah. So back to the Nintendo Direct. Star Wars Force Unleashed is coming to Switch on 4/20. They know what they're doing there.
Nice.
So get your devices to do the Smoky for Star Wars.
Get your
Force.
devices for the Smoky, and then go fucking fight Darth Vader with lightsabers.
Looking at that game now looks real bad, but you know what?
It does not look. It does not fucking hold up, dude. Like I remember when Force Unleashed 1 and 2 both came out, I was like, this shit's the fucking pinnacle of gaming. Oh my god.
When I was playing my PC a lot, I had got Force Unleashed 2, and that game still holds up pretty well. That game's fun.
So, well, that's there we go. Welcome to Super Pixels Weekly, a fucking Star Wars podcast. I love the Force Unleashed games. The one thing that I have a problem with is the fact that they have now been relegated to the C canon, or like the comics / like EU, where it's not canon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're not canon. Like they just exist solely as like a Marvel what if, you know, which is wild, because with everything that they're doing now, with why can't Force Unleashed be canon in a small sense, just to be like, oh cool, like a nice Easter egg for upcoming Disney projects, and I'm not complaining about it, but I'm glad that Fallen Order is canon. What I'm not glad about is that how Force Unleashed isn't canon because of just the time it was created, right? Because everything that was created prior to Disney's acquisition has been relegated to the, oh yeah, that's somebody wrote that sucks. Same with like, because one of my favorite fucking games of all time is KOTOR, KOTOR 1 and KOTOR 2, and they're not canon. Well, so Revan is canon because of a deleted or an unused like cutting room floor scene from one of the animated Star Wars shows where Darth Revan is a Sith statue on, I think it was Clone Wars, I want to say. But either way, what I mean by this is the fact that like, why can't we make them canon? But I am glad that they either are going to do a Switch reskinning, where they look better on the Switch, which is good. But also the fact that people are getting to experience that because now it's a new generation. Like the Switch is the like kind of like the family console, if you will, that people have a lot more of. It's nice to see that these are readily available on the Switch marketplace or the Nintendo marketplace because they're fucking fun games. Like they're good games.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, they're fun, even though they might look bad. Also, to be clear, this is only the first game. I don't know why they're not putting.
Yeah, I don't know why the second. It's the same fucking thing. Just, I'm gonna address the Twitch chat real quick. Yes, Wooly, I know, and I did say that. I did say Fallen Order is canon. I just did. It is. You're
wow,
right.
Wooly.
Wooly.
Come on, dude. Jesus.
You misheard me. I said I'm glad that Fallen Order is canon. I'm not glad that Unleashed is not canon. What I might have said would have been Fallen Order twice, which we'll run that tape back when we do this. But either way.
Side note to the side note to the side note.
Yes, as we do.
Since Book of Boba is over, and I don't want to get into that because that's going to be a whole.
Don't fucking start me on that, baby. Holy fuck.
Just saying, now that Book of Boba is over, I want to get a viewing guide for Clone Wars and actually watch it. Because I've never watched Clone Wars.
From the beginning. From the beginning.
No, fuck that.
Yeah, bitch.
No, I cannot every episode.
No, so I can. They're all good. Like, they're great. It's a great show. I haven't actually finished the last season of Clone Wars, which is wild to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Really good.
It is really good, and I hate myself for it because I just got distracted and like I stopped watching. It's the same thing with like me finishing Supernatural. Like I love Supernatural, but I have not finished it. And I'll just be like, I'll get around to it. Like I'll watch Supernatural when I have a cardio day at the gym, and I'll just like be chilling on the treadmill running, and I'm like, oh yeah, watching a fucking thing with my AirPods. But I can give you, there's a viewer's guide of the like really, really, really important episodes from Clone Wars that give you a lot of backstory. And I know why you're bringing this up, because there's a certain character in the Book of Boba Fett that got brought up in the last 2 episodes that you either were like, A, who the fuck is that? Why is he important? Or B, were like, holy shit, I know who that is.
I knew who he was.
Okay.
I just didn't. I don't know a lot about him. I know who he is.
Okay, so I'm not going to spoil anything, but the importance of him is the fact that he's really closely related in the sense of like knowing Boba Fett and Jango Fett.
Yeah.
Like being comfortable, like almost like friends / like mentor stuff. So that gets talked about in Clone Wars, and it's pretty important.
And you can kind of pick that. I kind of knew that.
You get their they talk about their history a little bit on screen.
Yeah.
Which is one thing that a lot of people are mad about, is that they were like, why didn't they introduce, character X sooner to get more exposition from that? But a lot of people are thinking that character X, what happened in the last episode, isn't the end-all be-all for character X. A lot of the major Star Wars leakers / like theorists are like, this isn't the last of blank,
I'm laughing because the way you're tiptoeing around spoilers is just...
I don't want to ruin it. I mean, we don't have a lot of viewers in here. There's a couple people, but I guarantee you everybody in this Twitch chat right now, or anybody that listens, either A, doesn't care, or B, has probably already seen it. So they're like, why don't you just fucking say it, dude?
I don't want to spoil it.
That's the thing. There might be an off chance that this is a short, and then somebody pops up and they're like, wow, fuck these guys. They ruined the fucking thing for me. Yeah.
But Kenobi, May 25th.
Do you see how people are mad about that?
What?
That it's not releasing on May 4th?
Fuck off.
I was like, just be fucking glad that you have it. Take a shower, you fucking douchebags.
Be happy that fucking Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor are back. Like, fuck off.
Okay, so back to the Twitch chat real quick. what Woolie's saying, and which is one of the things that So in the Clone Wars, character Y, or character X, excuse me, we'll go CBD for short. They have a droid that they're very close with that they control from their chest rig. And at the end of that episode where, blank happens to character X, their chest rig's beeping, meaning maybe droid come help.
Yeah.
And that's where we'll leave it. But
I hope he comes back because he's a badass motherfucker. And
yeah, he is.
Where's Cal Kestis? Come on.
I have seen theories about Mando season 3 rolling into kind of like something. I don't want to talk spoilers about Boba Fett, but I guess everybody knows from Mando season 2. If you don't know already, I'm sure you've seen memes. Luke Skywalker has been a thing in the new Disney canon shows. Cal Kestis being a Jedi from Fallen Order, which I don't want to ruin the ending of that. But the entire point of the game, obviously, you're going to find a Sith holocron to find Force-sensitive children. And everybody has probably seen The Rise of Skywalker at this point, or The Last Jedi, and knows that Luke had a fucking temple where he trained trained Jedis from younger kids. A lot of people are thinking or speculating that in Mando Season 3, there's going to be some sort of, not necessarily team up, because we know Ahsoka has met up with Luke already. There's going to be some sort of, like, thing that Cal helps Luke with when it comes to the Sith holocron, or, like, bolstering the numbers of his Jedi temple, because based on the episode, the second to last episode of Boba, little baby boy made the right choice to us, obviously, but now homeboy don't got nobody to teach. So
I was hoping he would go the other way, to be honest. But
really,
yes, because I want to see little baby boy fuck some shit up.
I want to know. This isn't really a spoiler, and I don't know how we devolved in this, but we're filling time, so who fucking cares?
We're talking about Direct.
We were. We'll go back in Nintendo Direct in a second. I really hoped. Well, actually, one question I have about that entire thing is, and it goes back to the canonical comics, or the extended universe comics, right? And if you watch Episode 3 back, right, that scene with Palpatine and Yoda fighting, Yoda does not have his lightsaber after the fight, because Palpatine throws the entire Senate seating at him, and he's like, "Fuck this, bro! I got to dip." He claws in the vent. Homeboy doesn't have his lightsaber. Right? It's never mentioned in episode 4 or 5 or 6 of the original trilogy. Like, Yoda's not like, take the saber, you will. Like, that doesn't happen. Because in the comics, which EU was kind of loosely considered canon back in the day before Disney bought everything out, Yoda's lightsaber got picked up by the clones after the siege of the Jedi Temple, and it got incinerated with all the other Jedis that got purged. So, like, people are like, yo, why the fuck did Disney retcon that shit? Because that was the lightsaber that got introduced to Homeboy in that episode, when they were like, this is Grandmaster Yoda's lightsaber. And everybody's like, where the fuck did you get that? Like,
see, I didn't even know all that.
You don't want to open this can of worms, baby.
I love Star Wars, but I'm like up here, and then like all the Star Wars fans are like way down here in the fandom, like in the lore. Like,
no, I'm not mad about it at all. I'm just like, okay, cool, whatever. Like, I accept it. I'll fucking force feed it to me all day. I'll be like, all right, cool. I'll fucking eat that shit all day. I'll buy that for $1.
I like learning about the lore, but like, there's just so much content to consume. I'm like, it's just a lot to keep up with, But when people tell me about it, I'm like, this is so interesting. Like, I love this. Like Rob is super into the lore, and he was telling me all about character X.
Character blank that we won't speak of, but no, character blank that we won't speak of is, you're right, he's one of the biggest and baddest characters in all of Star Wars lore.
He's badass.
Which we're probably going to give away who he is by just continuing to talk about him. But like those, did Rob tell you about the tubes in his face and why he has the tubes?
No.
So he has the tubes in his face because there's a pipe that goes down his throat that prevents him from being force choked by a Jedi. That's why he's like the baddest motherfucker when it comes to like being a bounty hunter, because he can hunt down Jedi. because they can't do anything to him.
That's so sick. That makes him way cooler.
That's why he's so fucking cool, because which is also why we're all speculating as Star Wars fans, like, yo, that motherfucker ain't done. Like, he's coming back.
I believe it. Anyways, back to Nintendo.
Yes, back to Nintendo Direct. Disney Speedstorm is coming out, which is apparently Disney's answer to Mario Kart, which I guess is going to be like their... What was that Disney game that came out as kind of like a Spyro Skylanders type thing? Yeah. It was like Disney Infinity. Yeah, it was Disney Infinity.
Oh, I remember when that game was...
that's... So, from what Speedstorm looks like, is it's like the Disney Infinity of Mario Kart, where you're getting all kinds of Disney characters to play Mario Kart, which I think, honestly, I would fucking buy in a heartbeat. All day.
It looks pretty cool, to be honest.
Give me a fucking Kylo Ren land speeder to fucking, like, I'll fucking play that shit all day, dude.
Also, Jack Sparrow's, like, around there.
He's got a little fucking Black Pearl fucking cart, like, yeah.
Drifting around turns and stuff. It looks cool.
It's pretty rad.
And then Mario Strikers.
So I see this on the bottom of the list, and a lot of us in the Discord have been talking. This is one of the things, like, I don't know about you, because I fucking all about it. I fucking love Mario Strikers. Mario Strikers is one of my favorite Nintendo games of all time.
I've never played it.
It's fucking so good, dude.
Did you see the new one?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
It looks awesome. It looks really fun. I want to play it. I think it'd be pretty fun.
It's so, like, the one thing that's really cool about this new rendition of it is they're adding 8-player co-op. Like couch co-op, so you can have like your whole fucking family or like all your boys playing from the same Switch, because it's one little controller. It's like Mario Party, the original, where you play with like one sideways Joy-Con. So if you got like 4 pairs of Joy-Cons, the fucking whole family's playing, and you can have a whole fucking soccer team going against each other.
That's crazy.
Which is fucking insane, because it doesn't really happen in a lot of games.
Yeah, no, this game looks really cool. So you're getting this.
Yeah, it's probably safe to say.
Well, good. I know a lot of people were excited about this. A lot of people were hoping that this was going to be announced. So, and then the last thing I have on this list is No Man's Sky is coming to Switch.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
It doesn't really apply to me, but yes, sir.
Did I tell you? I don't know if I said this. I was supposed to say this on the last podcast, but I don't think I did.
Gotta start putting in the dock, baby.
I don't know if I did. I might have. My most played game on PlayStation last year was No Man's Sky.
That's par for the course. It's a base builder. You get So in the same light as No Man's Sky, we started. You know what Astroneer is?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we started picking that back up because they got updated. Because we started playing Astroneer in like 2015 or 16 when it first came out, when we were in Kuwait. Like, we're like, oh, we need something to do, like, we'll LAN party, whatever. And like, there wasn't a lot to do, but we still had a lot of fun with it. But now there's like a story with Astroneer. And I'll talk a little bit more about this, I guess, when we get to that point when we're talking about what we're playing. But it scratched that itch that No Man's Sky didn't have at the time. But like, when you comes to like any base builder, those are that's a dangerous line to walk, dude. Like, you'll be like, oh, I'll just play No Man's Sky for like 2 hours. And then you look outside and you're like, Jesus fucking Christ, the sun is up. Like,
no, yeah, exactly. That's how I am with No Man's Sky. And that's why in fucking 2021, I played it that much more than everything else on my PlayStation, which is definitely...
So that's what I'm saying. It makes sense that like that was your most played game, because you'll just be like, oh, I gotta get one more resource, or I gotta finish this one mission, and then you're like, well, I can do one more, it's fine.
Last year they came out with that big update. You remember that shit, man?
Oh yeah, the settlements thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That one guy gave me like
the fusion coils or whatever, and you're walking around with like 40 billion credits. Like,
yeah, he gave me like 100 million credits, so I'm just like super rich now.
You gotta get in that fucking frigate game, dog. Keep that wealth up.
Oh yeah,
get that Jeffrey Bezos space wealth.
I'm out here space hustling, you know. I kind of want to do it, but I don't know if I want to do it to my life, you know.
Hey, it happens.
Same thing with Astroneer. I've never played Astroneer, but like, I've always been interested in it, and I've seen it on Game Pass, but I just don't want to do that to myself.
So like, we were all, my buddy a couple buddies were playing it. They were like, "Hey man, we're playing Astroneer. You want to get back to?" And it's not a big game because it's the same thing, kind of as No Man's Sky, where it's procedurally generated. There's set planets, like planet names, but they are procedurally generated as to how they make the planet. And yeah, like we were like, "Oh, we'll just play for a little bit," and it was one of those nights where like it was the week. Oh my god, I'm burping. Excuse me. It was the weekend. Thank God. But I looked. I was like, "Dude, I gotta." It's 4 a.m. I gotta stop. Like I'm supposed to. I have a date with my daughter in the morning to make pancakes. Like I gotta go.
Dude, that was like Crystal beat Valhalla last night, and
Yeah.
she woke me up at like 4:50 in the morning. She was like, "I stayed up too late." I was like,
I'm sorry. I do that to my wife like every day. Like whenever I play video games super late on the weekend, I'll like roll into bed at like 3:30 or 4, and she'll like wake up and be like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm coming to bed." She's like, "Okay," and like doesn't realize the time. But then she like snaps out of it and rolls over, and she's like, "It's fucking 4 a.m., Donavin." I'm like, "I know, it happened again. I don't know."
"You smell like 14 beers."
Yeah, you smell like fucking raspberry White Claws, and I was like, "Yeah," among other things like regret because I played 9.5 hours of Astroneer and I didn't get anything I wanted done.
Oh man. Well, that's it for the direct, at least for the stuff that.
Among the tangents as well, I'd imagine.
Yeah, this episode has been all over the place.
I love it.
I love it too. This is gonna be a banger.
Along with the fact too, if you're watching on Twitch, we got a new layout. If you are not watching on Twitch,
I forgot to mention that.
Damn, watch the VOD, dude, because it's pretty sick.
Yeah, I got I made the layout for it. I am not a graphic designer. I don't know what I'm doing. But I have Canva, so
everybody got Canva.
Everything like Super Pixel Weekly, like related, like the channel art, everything made with fucking Canva.
It's all Canva, dude. we're fucking free to play podcast over here, not pay to win in this bitch.
Yeah. The only thing I'm missing, like, I really want like an actual logo.
Yeah.
I don't know how to make a logo.
I'm about to get on Fiverr and be like, "Yo, bro, I'll give you $30. Figure it out." Like,
the thing, like, I need like an icon logo, and then I need like a long text logo for the Twitch overlay, like an actual. Because right now it's just font, you know.
Yeah.
Like, but I need two different types of logo. But yeah, this is not podcast material, but whatever.
Who cares?
We're
in it to win it. It's for the kids. Which, I mean, that doesn't say that we're not giving effort for the kids. I'm like, yeah, who fucking cares? Fuck the kids. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying is, like, we patch together, and if you'd like support, obviously we donate to the kids. So, like, any updates are going to come kind of either from A, our own pockets, or also from B, the fact that this is not our day job, as much as we'd like it to be, honestly.
Dude, are you kidding me? I would podcast every single day.
Dude, if we got big to the point where like this could pay the fucking bills, I'd do like subathon 24-hour Twitch streams every fucking day of my life. Then if like Paige was pulling in money, like as like, you know, like the, I guess the breadwinner, so to speak, as gentrified as that is, I'd be fucking Mr. Mom, dude. I'd be cleaning the house. I'd be fucking, "Hello, honey, your breakfast is ready." Like,
sure, I would pull the trigger on a PC. I would start streaming. I would start doing all this shit if this thing started making money. But
even to the point where if we hit the that plateau where we have like 500 plus subs, I'm like, "Yo, we're the fucking real deal, dude. Like, we're serious about." We get that 2-cent ad revenue from YouTube, baby.
Oh yeah, AdSense gives you no love.
Not at all. So what have you been playing? Because it looks like the doc's got nothing. So I feel like the same things that we've been playing last week.
Yeah, this week's been really busy. That's why I just built this dock before the show. I haven't played really anything, to be honest, except I fucking got bit by the bug again. I'm playing City Skylines again.
Oh boy.
That's the only thing I started playing. I made a new map because I don't want to go back to my old map. It's like my last save has like over 1 million citizens and stuff.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that map kind of ran its course. I ran out of room. That's why I stopped playing, to be honest. I had nothing else to do. I like made the successful city that you're supposed to. So,
I have one.
I'm starting over again, and I named it Super Pixels Land, and
As anybody would want to live there, honestly.
and my first town is called Spooky Toby Town. As a nice callback.
Nice callback to old Spooky Toby.
Yep. But yeah, I just started it. I started it the other day, and I haven't played it since because I've just been super busy. Other than that, a little bit of Rainbow Six Extraction. Still really fun.
I have yet to play that, which I need to because everybody in the Discord was like, "Hey man, it's really good. It's like super stealth based." I was like, "Yeah, I'd probably fucking love it." I just didn't install it.
You would love it. Play it with friends though. You would definitely like it. It's really fun.
Yeah, I feel like I would.
The stealthiness of it is fantastic.
That's one of my biggest, I don't want to say pet peeves. One of my biggest things with like those games that are tactical based. Like we were playing Ready or Not, like, you know, a couple streams ago. And like, I get like personally offended when things don't go the way they're supposed to. I'm like, God damn it, we got to restart. Like we were supposed to be quiet, you know?
Yeah.
Like I don't, yeah, like, so something like that where it's like, you make noise, you die type stuff. Like I'd eat that shit up all day.
No, that's how Extraction is, because there's like the certain like mutants or whatever. There's one that I think all of them might do this actually. They like once they see you for a certain amount of time,
it's like a screecher or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
They're
like all screechers. So like you have to take that fucker out or you're fucked. Like
shut the fuck up.
Yeah. It's fun. The only thing I don't like about the game is a lot of the operators start off with shotguns, and it's like,
how do you be quiet with that?
You don't. You have to run around with a suppressed pistol, like level 7, like it's GoldenEye. Other than that, I don't think. Oh, I guess I played a little bit this week. I started Skate 3 for the 7th time.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm back on Skate 3 again. Hardcore mode only. You already know.
I have still, to this day, never played Skate 3.
You're a piece of shit.
I am. I'm a fucking garbage human being, man.
It's so good. Especially, I couldn't imagine being you and playing it for my first time. I wish.
I'd probably have a wet dream just because I know that Jason Lee is a huge part of it.
Yes, and it's awesome. He's like the poster boy of the whole game.
Yeah, he's like your manager or some shit, isn't he? Like
he's Coach Frank, so he teaches basically.
Yeah. Thanks, Dad. Like.
Yeah, I say 7th time, but it's probably more like 20th.
The 27th time, like
I've beaten Skate 3 so many times, but I just wanted to play Skate 3 again. I'm really more in it for getting clips, kind of toying around with the idea of making a Skate 3 montage.
Oh shit! On the YouTube, going fucking buck wild.
I might just to throw it back. I don't know. We'll see.
Just like Lil Nas said, man, you gotta throw it back.
Yeah. Throw it back, A.
Throw it back, A. That's a wrap.
Yeah, that's it for me though.
I kind of gave the rundown of what I've been playing a lot of, which all this week has really just been Astroneer, because it is a base builder and it just fucking sucks the life out of you. But I do love the fact that Astroneer is kind of deeply rooted in science. Same with No Man's Sky, where like compounds and stuff are actual scientific things. Like it, you know, to make carbon, you take leaves and you burn them, and like that's actually a thing that happens. Like if you burn leaves, or like if you fire a gun or whatever, like you make fire and fire burn out, carbon's left. So that's cool. That is deeply rooted in science when it comes to like just how certain components are made. Along with the fact that like there's a new story in Astroneer now where like you have to unlock like alien shrines on planets. So like you have to power up these things, and it'll be like, okay, boom, got it, done. That's powered up. Here's the next one. And then like after you power up everything on a planet, it's like, all right, power up the rest of the solar system. You're like, what? You have to go to each planet and do the same thing, which is pretty cool. Once you get established on a planet, you can kind of pack up everything and move around. But I really enjoy it.
I have a question about that game.
Yes.
Because like when you look at the screenshots, it kind of looks like No Man's Sky. Is it similar to No Man's Sky?
In a sense, yeah, it is. It's strictly over the shoulder, third person. But when it comes to just like procedural stuff and just as far as mechanics go, yeah, there's scanning things for scientific research. You unlock new base components with bytes, which are like you get from researching shit. So like, it is very No Man's Sky-esque. The one core difference is there's no like NPCs in Astroneer as there would be in, you know, No Man's Sky. You like land on a space station, and they're like, blah, I'm a geek. But similarities are there for a lot of the game, which I think that's kind of like where they came from. Is that like No Man's Sky kind of shit the bed back in 2015, I think, when it came out, or 16. So Astroneer was in early access, and they were like, we're gonna fucking like, I got you now, motherfucker, you know. So that,
I'm like right there and like that far away from getting an Astroneer.
It's on Game Pass, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so like I'd say make the leap and play for 4 hours max minimum, just to see if you like it.
What I just recently installed is this Subnautica fucking Frozen
Below Zero, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, do I want to put myself through that?
Same fucking game, dude. It's same style. Commit to one. That's the thing. Commit to one base builder. Don't be like, I'm gonna play Astroneer. Oh, go back to Subnautica, because you won't sleep for the next 6 weeks. Like, if that's the thing, honestly.
I think I'll probably pick up Astroneer, but I gotta let City Skylines run its course through my body first.
Yeah, you gotta go into City Skylines withdrawal after the first couple weeks, you know?
Yeah. Oh, and fucking, dude, Ollie World came out this week. I'm about to start playing that shit.
Yes, it did.
I'm definitely getting that. Can't wait to play that. Sorry, I'm taking over your whole section.
No, you're good. I've been looking into, we talked about it in the group chat, that fucking Kung Fu Dark Souls game.
Sifu.
Yeah. Yes. I have been fucking, like, life or death contemplating picking up Sifu, but that's the one thing with me, is that Dark Souls games, or Dark Souls styles games like Bloodborne and shit, if I start it, that's it. That is all that I will play for the next fucking however long it takes for me to be, like, satiated, you know?
It's so funny how opposite we are, because will steer so far away from those games. Like,
I don't know, I'm a masochist, man. I just punish me more, senpai. Like,
when I first saw Sifu, I was like, oh, this game looks so sick. Like, I want to play this. And then I heard it was like,
you're like, if you die, you're done. You're like, oh shit, I don't want that.
I heard it was super punishing, and I was like, no. And they were like, there's 4 levels, but it's so hard. You have to learn all these. Learn everything.
From what I've seen, you have to basically go into it, and it's all like muscle memory. Like, you have to just remember. You go in, you die to this particular enemy or whatever. You're like, all right, this motherfucker threw a sidekick. I gotta go left or whatever. Like,
and you age up every time you die, which is cool.
So you're like a fucking old man. Like, kung fu time.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it looks fun, but not
for you.
I don't want to kill myself like that.
Other than that, really, I have been playing some Tarkov, some solos and some duos and stuff with a couple buddies last weekend into this week. The wipe's pretty medium rare, right? So like, it's kind of toned down. I have one of the biggest things I think I talked about before was the VoIP they added, where you can like negotiate and actually talk to other players in game.
Something that Battlefield 2042 doesn't have.
Oh yeah, there it is. There's the EA shit on. Yeah, but no, like, so VoIP is pretty big in Tarkov now. Like, it's run its honeymoon course where like people are like, hey, what's going on, bro? Like, they don't just talk anymore. Like, people are actually using it to either A, fuck each other over. Like, yeah, bro, you can trust me. And you're like, all right, man. And just blast you away. Yeah. Or you get into like fucking super heated negotiations. Like what happened to me last night. I was like, all right, I'll play some Tarkov for like an hour or whatever and then go to bed. I mean, to caveat out why I went to bed, I play a little bit of Pokemon Arceus. Nothing bad to say about the game. I love it. But to Tarkov, Factory is the smallest map in Tarkov. It is a 6-player maximum, but when you roll in with whoever you're playing with, if you group up, you still take slots in the map, right? So like 6-player maximum, the maximum squad you can have is 5. So I was like, I'm gonna go play Factory and just go be a fucking shithead with a shotgun. I'll fuck around, whatever. And I'm in there by myself, and like the raids in Factory only last 30 minutes, like how long the game is. And like we're down to like 23 minutes, and I'm like, where the fuck is everybody? Like, where are the players? Where are the scavs? Like, I don't know. Like, I haven't seen a single person, so I'm just like looting bullshit. Like, whatever. And I get to one of the main like hotspots in the map where like a lot of like PvP happens, and I hear like, "Hey man, just drop it." And I was like, "What?" It's like, "What's up, man? Like, what's going on?" And they're like, "Hey, I'm just gonna let you know right now, dude. We're a 5-stack." And I was like, "Oh." So like it was 5 people versus me, and all I had was a shotgun. And I was like, "All right." So they're like, "Yeah, just drop the gun, bro, and just walk away." And I'm like, either I die now, or I drop the gun and you kill me. So I'm gonna die either way is my thing, right?
Yeah.
And like I was like, you know what? I'll play the game, right? Fuck it. I threw my shit into the hallway, because you can ditch gear with like delete as a key, and you like toss it. And they were like down the hall, so they saw it. And like when you have no weapon, you equip your little knife. So I'm out there with a pocket knife, being like, hey man, if you're gonna come do it, fucking come do it, right? Like I'll see what happens. And they roll up, and these motherfuckers are like the fucking fattest chads in this game. Like they're fucking geared up with like tier 5 armor, like face shields, and I'm like, why are you running a Factory raid right now? Like I was just like, I just want to know what your thought process is, because you're not going to get any blowback from anybody, right? Anybody that runs Factory is usually there to do like the PvP quests where it's like get 10 kills with, on PMCs or whatever with a pistol, or like go survive for 9 minutes or whatever the fuck it is. So like everybody knows that Factory is kind of like the gladiator arena when it comes to PvP. Like that's where everybody goes to knock out their dumb like player versus player quests.
It's like the Tilted Towers of Tarkov.
Yeah. So yeah, honestly, like Factory is straight up the Tilted Towers of Tarkov. And like these dudes are just, because that's the thing with Factory is if you run in with a 5-stack, you run that fucking lobby. Like there's like you have nobody to worry about besides the one poor soul that happens to get queued with you. And then 90% of the time, it's somebody like me or like another guy who just happens to be there like, oh, I got to get some scavenger kills or whatever. So they're down in the basement just fucking off killing AI, and then you hear like fucking like the hoofbeats of like fucking chads rolling up, right? But like I toss it, and they're like, what's your... They basically were like, hey, what's your end game, man? And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, what do you plan to do? And I was like, well, I don't have a fucking weapon, so either you guys kill me or you let me go and I leave. Like, that's really it. They're like, you know what? You look like a poor... Like, basically, like, you fucking poor soul. Like, you poor sack of shit. And I was like, you guys are the dickheads that fucking queued up with a 5-stack to Factory. Which, to be fair, we've done this as a group of friends. So I'm kind of calling the kettle black. But I was just like, there's nothing you can either gain from me. Because I come into a Factory raid with nothing. Like, it'll be a shotgun and, like, a fucking shitty helmet that's worth nothing. So I'm like, if you fucking kill me and take me, like, you're losing money because you might die,
Yeah.
But no, it's funny because VoIP was just introduced this patch and this wipe, and like I've never actually seen it firsthand as like one of the things, because a lot of the big Tarkov streamers roll into like this whole, like they'll have counters on their stream where it's like Tarkov VoIP friends/enemies, because that's one of the things is a lot of people are like, hey man, look, we can walk away, like we'll meet up, like I'll toss you some gear, you toss me some gear, we go our separate ways. And a lot of the times that happens because nobody really wants to deal with the confrontation in Tarkov, because the game is, with the new inertia update, like how you can't move as fast as you used to, like a video game, like you move more realistically, like a lot of the chads have been cut down at the knees because they're not fast. So it's really humbled a lot of people, which is funny, but like this is the first time that I've experienced it. So it was nice, I guess, and refreshing to be like, oh, there are people out there, because like at the end of the day, like this, for this situation, I was like, hey, look, you gain nothing from killing me. And they're like, yeah, you're right. And I was like, so what are we doing? And they're like, we'll just walk you to the exit. And I was like, okay. And then like a part of me, like the primal part of me was like, they're like, hey, we'll escort you to the door and then you just leave. And I'm like, all right. And then they're like, we'll give you a weapon back too because it's garbage. I'm like, okay, it's a shotgun. Like if one of you guys are close enough to me, that's it, bro. I didn't say that, obviously. But like I'm sitting in the exit the whole time and I'm like, dude, because there was a guy like a prison detail like watching me extract, and I was like, I could just fucking clack clack boom and then just leave.
Yeah.
And they're like, eat shit, dude. I didn't because I'm a nice guy, but can't be a nice guy in Tarkov. Should have fucked him up, grabbed whatever was in his pockets, and fucking dipped. But I'm a nice guy.
You could have just fucked with them real quick.
Should have.
Just to troll them.
Well, that's the thing too, is they were like, is that all you got? I was like, yeah, dude, all I got is this shotgun with like 6 shells. But I had like 3 fucking like frag grenades in my pocket, and I could have fucking just ruined the lobby. And I was like, yeah, this is it, man.
This fucking suicide bomb.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, they were impacts too, so if I threw them down, like, we were all fucking done. But, last thing I've been playing to kind of roll it out too, or I haven't been playing, but plan on playing tonight / starting, you know, I've been playing Squadrons, or I have played Squadrons a lot.
Yeah.
Do you know what Elite Dangerous is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like No Man's Sky, but just the
No Man's Sky, but fucking the scum of the fucking universe playing it. My buddy was like, hey, we're playing Elite Dangerous. You want to play? I was like, God damn it. All right. Blow all the dust off the fucking flight stick. And I reinstalled it before the podcast, and I planned on doing like the flight training and playing a little bit of that. But like, the one thing about Elite Dangerous that is kind of shitty, but also really super cool, is that it's kind of realistic, where like, you'll be like, all right, I'm going to go hyperspace travel to this fucking space station or whatever, like to drop off these mining supplies. It's like, oh yeah, it's 87 light years away, so it's going to take you probably 30 minutes in game. And you're like, all right. And then you're like, wait, it's like 30 minutes in real life. So you're like, fuck, what am I doing? And then you run out of oxygen or aliens attack. You're like, oh, Jesus. But I did plan on playing that after the podcast.
That sounds fun. I've never played Elite Dangerous.
I'm probably going to get really mad and then uninstall. I'm not going to lie to you.
That's how you got to do it.
Well, because it's such a complicated game that like people play with controllers and stuff. And I was like, okay, I'll play with my flight stick because it's rated for a console. So it's got like the same buttons as the console does. But there's so many controls that you have to keep up with on a ship. Like something fucking stupid is like headlights or whatever the fuck. Like, you're like, where the fuck's the hotkey for this shit? God damn it. You know, like.
Damn, it goes that in depth.
Yeah, or like retracting and like opening up your landing gear. Like you try to land, it's like landing gear not retracted, and like you'll crash into the shit and die. So like it's hyper realistic when it comes to like, I guess, what our imagination of space travel is. So
yeah.
That's right up my alley. Make super difficult for no reason.
That sounds cool, but pretty like intense.
Yeah, that's what I do. I live life on the edge, dialed up to 11, baby.
True.
That's it though for me. It's probably a good place to call her there too.
Hell yeah, that's a.
The
call's at 1:41. So
yeah, so we're about 1:30. Solid.
Sick. Hell yeah.
Boom.
Went so off track.
We did, which I think is obviously always the best podcast. Is when we just fucking go off on a tangent. Yeah. Now, the one shitty thing about this is I was streaming before this, and I'm going to be streaming after this, so now Daddy Don's got to sift through footage, but no big deal.
You could just end the stream real quick and then start streaming
again. Need them Twitch statistics.
I mean, I guess.
Nah, it's fine. It's not really a big deal. Yeah, good place to end it, though. This has been an episode of Super Pixels Weekly. I am one of your co-hosts, Donovan.
I'm William. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. Doing cool things over there. And yeah, that's really it.
Yeah. Well, we got shorts coming out. We've got the VOD's going to go up on the YouTube. We are on all the major podcast platforms, but if you're here already listening to that, you probably fucking know that. So yeah, do some ratings, do some stuff, do some likes, do the corn swoggles or whatever the new social media thing is. That's cool. One last thing though. Oh wait, what's up?
Oh no, you go ahead. Go.
One last thing. So we talked about it in the beginning. We'll talk about it always at the end. If you want to donate to us or support the cast, what you can do is if you're watching on Twitch, there's a link below me for Extra Life. It's a charity that I'm affiliated with that we donate money to. Helps kids with video games in extenuating circumstances. Also, we are affiliated with Instant Gaming, so you can get some sweet deals on some PC games through there using the link in the description if you're listening, but also on the YouTube VOD / the Twitch link. It's in the About Me section. So, yeah,
Yep.
Sick cast.
Thank you for your support, and thanks for listening. Next weekend, when we record, I will have short hair and it will probably be white, so I'm gonna look like a Jack Frost Chad. So
Mega Chad, and why? What's up? I mean, like, go ahead, go pop off, King. But like,
yeah, one time, me and Crystal cut my hair, dyed it white, and I thought it was sick. So I think I'm about to do it again tomorrow. So
fuck, go for it. Fuck yeah, that sounds sick. Sick
yeah.
as shit. I wish I could do that. I wish I could have multiple colored hairs and stuff in the army, but the army kind of sucks sometimes.
Next time I'm gonna look like Jack Frost, but a Chad.
Chad Frost.
Chad version of Jack Frost.
More like Jack Frost. But yeah, all right. We'll see you guys next week, and William will send some flurries your way, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Later.
Peace.
Bam. This is time for me as an editor to stop this. I'm an idiot.
Nice. Happy to hear it.
There we go. Perfect.
Did you ask me if I was combing my pubes?
I did actually, yeah. I'm glad that you got that one.
Are you combing pubic?